things kind of sort of happening maybe right now. It's a beautiful Michkov Monday. And because of that, we have an update. He comes through.
Do we actually have an update?
We have a picture. This is and Hockey News Hub put it out, but it was on
it's on his Instagram.
Yeah, it was on Michkov's Instagram story.
I would like to believe that pretty much every Flyers fan that watches or listens to the show that also has an Instagram at this point follows him on Instagram.
I follow like no one on Instagram, and I have now followed him the last couple of weeks because like I have to. I guess this is where we get all of our updates. But I initially saw it this morning on Hockey News Hub, and I was like, oh, okay. Because he did say the other day, whatever that interview happened, he's getting on a flight on the 20th. Now, today is the 22nd. But the thing that no one was like, well, like, do you mean tomorrow or a month from tomorrow?
Or August, right?
You know? And it's since been deleted, but like the follow-up on the Hockey News Hub tweet was, I believe this is a flight to Dubai or something. And listen, he's about a month away from the rest of his career's beginning. He's got some disposable income. He's been a pro for a while.
Yeah.
He should probably be enjoying himself a bit. And if he's on a flight to Dubai, whatever it might be, good for him.
I mean, my viewpoint is, look, the earlier he comes over, the better.
Sure.
In the end, because if he comes over, presumably that gives him more time to adjust to a new culture. It would give him more time to work at the facilities, work out in Voorhees, work out in the weight room, start building relationships with the trainers, start building relationships with some teammates like Joel Farabee and his whole crew. Like he can begin to make friends and get integrated, meet like Igor Zamula, who can kind of be the translator, and that would be a good thing. However, like it's not a requirement. I mean, the requirement basically is get here at the start of September, because Torts sends out his letter that basically says you damn well better be here by the start of September. I know camp doesn't start until like September 20th, but if you ain't, I'm going to hold it against you. So you better not like get there on time. You got to get there 2-3 weeks early.
It's the Tom Coughlin, like early is on time is late. If you're late, don't bother showing up.
Exactly.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, that's Torts.
Yeah.
Shockingly enough.
Yeah,
but if Mitchkov is making an early trip here and is going to start settling down here a month early, like that's good news. I don't think it's necessary, but it would I think help his adjustment period. And if he can get here the sooner the better, in my view.
That's the thing is like he still has a month or two before he actually needs to be here. But the transition isn't the same for everyone, as we're seeing with whatever the hell's going on with Alexei Kolosov.
That's true, yeah.
You're coming from an entirely different hemisphere, an entirely different part of the world, an entirely different culture. Now all of a sudden you're coming over to South Jersey, Philly, PA suburbs, wherever the fuck you're going to live. Like, it's going to be an adjustment of some kind.
It absolutely will be.
The sooner you throw yourself into it, the easier time you're going to have, maybe, especially he's going to be with the NHL club. Zamula is part of kind of that social dynamic with basically the young leaders of the team.
Exactly.
That would probably be a help. You hook him up with Fedotov as well, just some of the younger or Fedotov's one of the oldest guys on the team. But
yeah, he's not young anymore.
He's well above the average age of the team. But like he just got here too. You have a group of guys kind of going through the same thing. It could probably be helpful for him. But like you said, it doesn't need to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
This is just like, obviously, we're just starved for content. The offseason hasn't exactly gone the way we'd hoped in terms of
activity,
like adding pieces or even subtracting pieces. Michkov getting on a plane, possibly to come here, maybe to go on vacation or literally anywhere in the world. Well, I guess it's not the biggest news, but it is like, maybe he is coming here.
There's a couple things I want to talk about here. Number one, though, because you hinted at something I do want to discuss and debate, but the fact that he put something on his Instagram story being like, what's next?
What's next?
Like, come on. I mean, the idea that he doesn't know how crazy Flyers fans are and how obsessed they are. He's
loving this,
like,
right?
He is thriving. Like, he is relishing in the fact that you know, he's a 19-year-old who like an entire city, well, not even an entire city, but an entire small section of diehard fans, particularly the online variety, is obsessed with his every move, and he is feeding them. Like, he is absolutely playing to that crowd. And I mean, look, this kid knows he's hot shit. He does. And he knows that everything he puts on social media is going to be analyzed and hyperanalyzed by a subsection of the craziest and most hardcore fans that are online. And he's playing to them. And I have to say, I respect it. Like, I get a kick out of it.
I think, like, it's also important to remember, like you said, he's 19. And with that goes with, like, generationally, yes, we look at it and we're far more online than, like, is probably healthy for us. But, like, we see the difference of, all right, but, you know, outside of that section of the fan base, like, you go up to a random dude at Wawa and be like, hey, what did you think of Matvei Michkov's Instagram story? He's going to be like, get the fuck away from me, guy. Yeah. But, like, that very online, like, that's his generation. Yeah. He is an internet sensation without really doing anything. Yeah. You know, like, he posts a video.
He's just really good at hockey.
He posts a video. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. But, like, he deadlifts one time and it's a 2-week conversation for us. He has to be reveling in that a little bit. But I do think, while it's funny, it bodes well because there's going to be a lot put on him, and he doesn't seem to be shying away from that at all. And
that's fair.
He's going to need to perform well in the spotlight because at its best, this is a hockey town.
It is. The town certainly can be.
The town will very much support the team and be all about you and ride you hard when things aren't going all that well as well. And 2, he's got the hopes of an entire fan base on him. Like, this organizational plan, if he's not a star and a big one, it fails.
Well, I mean, I guess they could get lucky in some other way.
If they make 10 other moves that all go according to plan,
or
and then
like
some.
Jet Lushenko becomes a superstar.
Yeah, if Jet Lushenko's better than him, like, sure. Yeah. But chances are,
most likely not.
You need him to be a superstar for this thing to have a chance.
He's the centerpiece of the Briere rebuild plan, which is why it's so essential that this works out, and which is why this year is going to be so. In terms of the word I'm looking for is just like hyper analyze. Like, everyone is going to be trying to figure out, like, okay, does he click with Torts? Is there tension? You know, is he becoming friends with his teammates? Because it's so essential to whether this is going to work as to, like, how he does and how he does early. So that's why it's going to be such a big deal.
We all silly like the mayor.